change from the side that lost at Lord's. Arundhati Reddy, the seam bowler, has been replaced by Radha Yadav, slow left arm. So India will have 4 spinners in their bowling lineup. England will have 3. Lauren Bell has got the new ball. Lauren Filer and Alice Davison-Richards return for the England team. Very, very good afternoon to you, Charles Dagnall.
Afternoon, Butch. Yeah, it was an interesting one because the statistics sort of tell you that here at Chesterley Street, the chasing side, there's a bit of weather around as well, perhaps. So you might have been tempted to bat second on here. But I'm with what you say, that Harmanpreet Kaur, don't forget them on the board and say, chase these with our 4 spinners. Intriguing matchup with the series on the line.
3, 2, 1, game on.
Last competitive fixture for England before the World Cup in India in October. Early swing. The length was a little off radar. Lauren Bell can smile as she wanders back to her mark, and she got away with that one. All clattered at Lindsay Smith at backward point. Gently curving outswing from Lauren Bell, one slip in place to the right-handed Pratika Rao. And the field will scamper around to ready themselves for Smriti Mandhana's first delivery.
It's an intriguing England team. I like the fact that Bell and Filer are playing together. I like the fact they've gone in with 3 spinners. I think that England look a better unit with 3 spinners at their disposal.
And in that elegant way of hers, gets herself underway. Just a look at the teams then. England making the 2 changes. Filer back in for M. Arlott. And Alice Davis-Richards made 53 in the first game at Southampton, back in the side for Maya Bouchier. Because they had the issue there, daggers, where nicely scampered single, where England with the 2 frontline seamers in Filer and Bell, they sort of shorten that batting line up a little bit. And I suppose the calculation that they're making is if we have the 3 spinners in Eccleston, Smith and Filer, we can perhaps make up for the extra runs that a number 7 in M. Arlott might bring us. I mean, it's a tough one to juggle with.
And you're absolutely right, and that's the dilemma, you know, ahead of the World Cup in October. It's the balance of the side, the makeup. You know, the argument is that I think the 3 spinners have to play, especially in the subcontinent. They'll have matches against New Zealand over in Dubai, and also the warm-up matches ahead of the World Cup too. But Bell is absolutely set in stone as being one of the seamers. Then do you go with the all-rounder in Anne Arlott or Danny Gibson if she's fit?
Nicely in behind that one. A little bit of movement for Lauren Bell, but the pitch looks a good one. 3 without loss.
And so there's other things to take into account. In India, do you actually go with Alice Capsey? Because you might want an extra spinner, a 6 bowl as it being a spinner rather than a seamer. So there's all of these things for England to take into consideration. And I think that's what they've tried to do. Charlotte Edwards has tried to do over the course of this summer. Against the West Indies, yes, but more so against stronger opposition that they face here.
Lauren Filer, one of the hottest tickets in the women's game, capable of generating genuine pace. Maybe a little bit on the expensive side. That extra speed does mean the ball can flash away to the boundary. She starts with a regulation field. It's inside edge, just a little inside edge. Well, that silver brunt is coming over. Lauren Filer, to be fair to her, probably wouldn't have been able to decipher the edge in the follow-through, but you would have thought perhaps that either Amy Jones or somebody square of the wicket would have picked up the inside nick, and it seems as though somebody has.
There was definitely two noises. And you're looking at the movement and the height, especially with that new ball. Probably the right decision not to go upstairs.
Well, let's see that for the first time, or the last time I should say today. Lauren Filer has a habit of throwing herself off her feet, rather like another gentleman from these parts, Mark Wood. A little bit of a fumble by Lindsay Smith allowed him through for the single. It was interesting that the first delivery, though, the amount of seam movement that Filer got nipping back into the right-hander. One of the... perhaps there wasn't an inside edge. It just jagged back a long way, hit that inside thigh pad. Yeah. Jagged so much it was missing leg stump. And the interesting thing for Filer is does she have the control over her action yet to be able to find that length more often than not? That's good.
And with that movement, Butch, a little nip away from the left hander, you see there's a slip in place. But Mandana does hit aerially through that sort of gully region. So those two fielders at backward points and cover points, I actually just think could go a little bit finer. It's a strong area of hers, yes. But the amount of times that she can hold out in that region, I think it's worthwhile. Amazing that the way that Mandana plays a strength can be a weakness, and she's a wonderful cutter of the ball. But there is a lot that goes through the air.
Oh yeah, I mean that's as left-handers, that's where we hit it.
Surely you hit it in other places too.
Well, so yeah, but I mean that's the favoured area, backward a point through gully. The key is to hit it as hard as you possibly can. And give them absolutely no chance of catching it, even if you don't get it out of the middle. And that's been guided down there. Good length again from Filer. Interesting interview you had with Sophie Eccleston this morning on a different subject.
Yeah. I mean, look, it was great to talk to her. You know, we haven't had an opportunity since the winter time to get her thoughts about what happened. A lot happened over the winter.
Oh no. Happens too often. Sophia Dunkley is a good fielder, generally speaking, but I've seen that happen far too many times. Balls that should be dots, yielding a couple. 7-0 lost.
Watch the two giants of Test cricket collide. What a performance that is in an intense battle. Unbelievable. England versus India. Fourth Test, Wednesday, 23rd July. 5 on 10 cricket.
In the covers, unless you're kind of at full stretch, you really want to be relying on the hands a lot more. What tends to happen is Dunkley and co looking to smother the ball in the covers. Back yourselves, back your eyes and your hands. Get your hands on it. It's a nice shot. First boundary of the day comes off the blade of Smriti Mandana.
It's just a little bit of width offered by Lauren Bell. Don't mind the length that much. Reducing the drive a little bit, but going to the strong side of Lindsay Smith. Trying to look for that movement back in.
even better. It's just simplicity in itself, and so graceful through the covers.
And this is what happens. And it happens to all bowlers. After you bowl the full ball, you drag your length back, and that one just sat up right into the wheelhouse of Smriti Mandana. And she will feast on those all day.
Yeah, a little chat with Nat Sivabrun talking about a field change. I wouldn't be inclined to change the field. I think you bowled a wide half volley and a short wide one. If that's what you're intending, then change the delivery. She's changed the angle now to around the wicket, where she has been successful. Oh, wow. Wow, we're getting the full array of offside strokes from Mandana.
There was a collective moan across the stands of Chester Street, and that one came out. Elegance itself. Love the fact she doesn't try and overhit it. Lovely check drive, placement perfection, as was the timing. Glorious. Yeah, just going back to Sophie Eccleston, it was, you know, these were issues that needed, I think, I'm pleased that we raised with her. You know, this was quite a big story over the winter time. And the way that the England women's team's perceived and the public reaction to what happened over in the Ashes. I think it's, and tell me if I'm wrong, Butch, but I think it's that realisation that people do care. There is a lot of people who are following the team. You've built it over a 10-year period, and when things don't necessarily go wrong, A, that's professional sport, but B, also having to learn to deal with these things.
Yeah, the sport has found itself in an elevated position, particularly in comparison to where it's been in the last 19 without loss.